What's good? What's good, y'all? Pardon me. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. Uh, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because we definitely should have won this game. No ifs and buts about it. Some things that I saw that were definitely in our control that we just didn't do, and we should have done. That's a big issue. The Nez was good. The Nez was good, Playboy. I think I hate this laptop. Yeah, yeah. Michael Brown was good. That's a fact. Disappointing loss. Yeah, some things that definitely were in our control that we could have done to pull this victory out, especially late in the game. Darlene, yes, facts. This loss definitely sucks. There were some things that we could have done, you know, that could have won us this game at the end. Y'all see me trying to multitask. I'm trying to be better at multitasking. And one of those things is hitting free throws. Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson missed some free throws. We make those free throws, we win this game. That's a fact. Uh, you know, I uh I understand guys are tired. It's the second day of a back to back. They're playing 40 minutes a game, but we can't always use that as an excuse why guys are not hitting free throws at the end of the game. Jimmy J1 was good, Playboy. We can't always use that as an excuse why guys are not hitting free throws at the end of the game, is that they tired. I get it. But you got to find a way to start making these free throws, man. Uh, bro, that too. That made absolutely no sense to me. Bonds was having a pretty good game though. He did have 26 points and he was shooting 50% from the field. So I guess I get it. That's a difficult matchup for RJ Barrett. Bonds being like 6'8" or some shit like that. And he was posting RJ Barrett up every chance that he got. So yeah. So that's a big issue. That was an issue too. Another issue is like every time we get in the fourth quarter of these close games, we go immediately. We stop running any kind of offense, and everything is straight ISO basketball into the end of the game, and that doesn't work. That doesn't work. We had the lead in the fourth quarter. We lost the lead because everything was ISO basketball. There was no ball movement, no body movement. Everybody just standing around watching the ball. A lot of silly turnovers. Uh, and and I feel like that's why we lose the game. That's why we lose the game. And to mention that that dunk that RJ Barrett caught at regulation was absolutely a foul because Scotty Barnes was holding RJ Barrett's shoulder. It was clear as day on the replay that Scotty Barnes was holding RJ Barrett's shoulder. That should have been an and one. Game should have been over. We should have won. Right. But can't cry over the refs because that's a part of the game. But I know one thing: if they come out in a 2-minute report and say that we that they messed up on that last call, that should have been an and one, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit. I won't complain about it now. But if they come back in a 2-minute report and say that was a supposed to be an and one, I'm gonna lose my shit because that's literally the basketball game right there. You feel me? There's no overtime, but refs miss things. Maybe I'm wrong, but if they come out and said that they were wrong and we lost the basketball game, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit. To answer who said rebounds, Michael Brown. The rebounding matchup was even, bro. To keep it a buck, the rebound matchup was even. We out rebound them 54 to 42. We had more offensive rebounds than they did. Yes, we gave up some offensive rebounds. 14 is kind of high, but we also got 20 offensive rebounds, right? We also got 20. The big difference to me is they hit more 3-pointers than us. And They made 6 more foul shots than we did. They also shot 6 more. You feel me? Like if you when I'm looking at the stats, that's the big takeaway, right? They got more steals too than us, but the turnovers, yeah, we turned over the ball a lot. That was an issue. 12 turnovers tonight to their 6. That's a big issue. The fouls were even. Points in the paint, we won that matchup. You feel me? Points over turnovers. That's it. That's the issue. 21 points over turnovers. You feel me? Foul shots at the end of the game and points over turnovers, and those turnovers converting the points. Uh, yeah, I agree with that. Some of them were pivotal offensive rebounds, and I said that we could have did a better job. But it wasn't like that was a massive difference. You feel me? Uh, yeah, it was. It's a difficult loss, man. It's a difficult loss. Difficult loss, man. 12 turnovers, man. 12 turnovers. Uh, but like I said, man, if them refs, if the 2-minute report come out tomorrow, and they say that was supposed to be an and one, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm not scheduled to come on live tomorrow, but if that happens, best believe I will be here with the rantiest of rants in the history. It is a tough loss, man. It's a tough loss. I think Coach Tommy Tisha that put Quentin Grimes on Fred VanVleet earlier in the game. I think having Jalen Brunson guard Fred VanVleet was not smart. I would take my chances with Jalen Brunson guarding Gary Trent Jr. because all Gary Trent Jr. want to do is shoot 3-pointers. He's really not trying to take nobody off the dribble like that. So all Jalen Brunson would have to do. You know, Nick 100 GM, I haven't been agreeing with you a lot as of late. You feel me? I think you've been bugging a lot as of late, but this one I 100% agree with you on. Uh, I think that they help too much. They help too much, and they're always leaving shooters open. It's annoying. It's annoying how far they get away from their guys that they can't get back to their guys and chase them off the 3-point line. And it's every game the same exact thing. If somebody get to the paint, that's what you got Mitchell Robinson for. That's literally why Mitchell Robinson is here. If somebody gets past their guy, that's why Mitch is there. I don't need 3 people helping one guy. It doesn't make sense. 2 people helping one guy. It don't make sense. Don't make sense. It don't make sense. That's bad defense. Bad defense. And Clyde was saying it all night. You only help as far as you could get back. And it is true. We living in a 3-point era of basketball. Guys are looking to do just what they did, what we allowed them to do: draw in the defense and kick out. You have Mitchell Robinson there as a paint protector for a reason. For a reason. He's there for a reason. That's it. It is annoying to see on a night-to-night basis, but we got to be better on a lot of few. This is a fact. This is a fact. That's why I said I think you should have had Quentin Grimes on Fred VanVleet earlier. I think that was a better matchup. Gary Trent Jr. is not going to try to beat Jalen Brunson off the dribble. Gary Trent Jr. wants to shoot 3-pointers or slash to the basket. You feel me? That's it. That's all he wants to do. Fred VanVleet, he can score in multiple ways. You put size on him, pause. You feel me? Somebody that can contest his shot, and that should have been Quentin Grimes. I think we did that a little bit too late in this game. I think the damage was already done. Fred VanVleet already dropped 32 on us by the time we did it. And it did make a difference at the end. Fred VanVleet didn't score once. I don't believe he scored except for that three that he pump faked Quentin Grimes on. That 3 points. After that, that was all that Fred VanVleet scored on Quentin Grimes. You feel me? But at the end, execution just has to be better offensively, man. It's annoying to watch one-on-one basketball at the end of games. Like there's no ball movement, there's no body movement. It's just give one guy the ball and everybody stands there and watch. And that's not good offense, especially in the end of games. Toronto was still running offense. They got back into this game by running offense. These were design plays that they were running. I think Coach Simon TB having coaching fatigue at end of games, man, where he just literally just let these guys do whatever they need to do. But I mean, when it come down to it, I'm annoyed, but I'm not mad. Our guys showed hell of a lot of fight today. I tell you that. You know what I mean? We lost, but they showed a hell of a lot of fight. I think I'm not mad at the shot that Jalen Brunson took. I think it was a good look. I think it was a hell of a good look. It just didn't go down. Yeah. I think the officiating was super lopsided today, but I'm not one to I think the officiate. I think somebody fighting in my hallway. Yeah, my bad, y'all. You know, old ass laptop. But yeah, man. I'm not one to blame officials for wins and losses, but it was like I hated the fact that they was allowing them to play in the beginning, and then and then uh what you call it, they changed their mind and want to start to call ticky tack stuff, and I don't feel like they called it both ways. The RJ dunk definitely was a foul. You feel me? They roughed up my guy, Jalen Brunson all night, no calls. And it was calling a lot of ticky tack stuff on the other end, but their game was still in our control. The game was still in our control. We definitely still should have won that game. We did not execute offensively down the stretch. We did not. Too much one-on-one, too much standing there, dribbling the basketball until the shot clock is almost over, and then trying to hoist a last-ditch effort shot. That's not good offense. That's not going to win you basketball games. Like it's not going to win you basketball games. Yes, that dunk RJ was an and one. We should have won the game there. You feel me? Definitely. But it is what it is. Like I said, we missed crucial free throws down the stretch. We missed crucial free throws down the stretch. One from Jules, one from Jalen Brunson. That's 2 points. We win the game. We went into overtime, son. 2 points. We win the game. Especially that one that Jalen Brunson missed on the Fred VanVleet, where Fred VanVleet pretty much gave us the game. Pretty much gave us the game, son. Pretty much. And Jalen Brunson missed. It just is what it is, man. Those are the things that we can control. Nice. Shout out to Nice in the joint. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I get it. I understand y'all grievances. You feel me? I understand y'all grievances about the refs, but I'm not gonna complain about the refs this whole live. Like, there's a lot of things that we could have controlled and we should have. And shout out to my guy, Matty Smooth. That's a fact. Press like for your boy. That's a fact. Shout out to my guy. Listen, man, Toronto, you know what? We have a hard time with beating Toronto. Toronto is a very lanky team. You feel me? We got a lot of guys who like to drive to the paint, and they try to take away that option for us. They try to make us a jump shooting team, which is not our strong suit. Uh, and because, bro, they're a lanky team aside from Fred Van Vliet. Like everybody else got pretty decent size. Pause. Uh, and we struggle with that a little bit. Uh, and we double team for no reason. I don't understand why we double team what you call it, Scotty Barnes as much. I understand he was giving RJ a little bit trouble in the post, but the 3-pointers were killing us. You feel me? We left guys open, especially in OT. We left OG open. I understand that he wasn't hitting his 3-pointers throughout the game, but he's still an NBA player, and you cannot leave that man wide open. You just can't. You just can't. Offensively, I was highly disappointed with our offense in the later stages of the fourth quarter and in overtime. Our offense in the yeah, the offense in the fourth and in OT was pretty much give one person the ball, stand around, and wait for them to make something to happen. And on the other end, Toronto was running plays. They were running plays. That Scotty Barnes post up was absolutely game plan going into the fourth and the later stages of the fourth OT because they ran out of that set all the latter stages of the fourth quarter and all OT. We put Grimes on Fred Van Vliet. They took the ball out of Fred Van Vliet hand, put it in Scotty Barnes' hands, post up RJ Barrett, and ran offense out of there. Right? What the Knicks do? No offense. We get the ball, we come up the court, we hand it to one guy stands there, dribble the whole shot clock down, and then in the last seconds try to either get to the lane or chuck up some step back 3-point, whatever. Bad offense all fourth quarter and later stages of the fourth quarter and all OT. And that's what we do. This is why we struggle in late game situations. That's exactly why we struggle in late game situations. Uh, it just and I continue to contend that our bench has to do something. I still don't understand why Haltenstein is the one getting the most minutes off the bench, and he literally gives us nothing. He gave us 2.5 rebounds. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for Hartenstein. And 16 minutes off the bench. Like outside of IQ obviously gets the most minutes off the bench, and IQ had a decent game, 14 points. Yeah, I mean off the bench, I'll take it. But Hartenstein gave us 2 points. Obi gave us 5. You got to find I get it, man. You got to get our best players back into the game, but at the same time, like you got to find something else that the bench. My point is this. I'm sorry for stumbling over my thoughts, but my point is this: the bench unit is not working. The bench unit is not working, and I said it in my last live. I said, yo, if this persists, I might have to start apologizing to Coach Tommy T because our bench unit is anemic when it comes to scoring outside of Emmanuel quickly. They can't hold leads, they can't build leads. Hartenstein and Obi in the front court together is piss poor defensively. It's just not working. Something else needs to be done. There needs to be another alternative. You need to try something else, whether it be putting Jericho Sims in for Hartenstein. Yeah, so I think you got to take Hartenstein out the rotation, man. He's not giving me enough. He's not giving me enough. He's not giving me enough. Pause. Right? Like I want to see what Jericho Sims look like with that second unit, man. I think he brings a toughness, a better toughness defensively. He's a better rebounder. Uh, I just think he's better defensively, and I know the theory behind Hartenstein is that he could spread the floor and he could pass, but the Knicks don't run him to do any of those things, right? There's no opportunities for Hartenstein's passing like that in the half court set. They don't run anything for him to pass in the half court set, right? So why is he out there? You feel me? There's not enough plays ran for him that's designed for him to, at least take 1 3-pointer a game. That it's never. You feel me? So what's the point of him being out there? Like all the things he's good at, he's not being used to do. So now he's just out there being a sore thumb. He's not really a great rebounder. He's not really that good defensively. So again, what purpose is he serving? And Steven, and that's because they used him the proper way. You're right. I've watched the tape. I watched some film on him. You feel me? Because they used him the right way. There were plays that were designed for him to get the ball in the high post, and on an elbow near the foul line, and he was making plays out of there because he's a good passer for a 5, right? There were plays that was designed for him to leak out into the corner and catch and shoot situations. That's what was designed for him on the Clippers. He gets none of that here. So it's really a waste for him being on the court because he's sticking out like a sore thumb because he's not really contributing much. I had high hopes for Hartenstein. And y'all remember when we got him, I was saying that he could be very important to this team with the way he passed and being able to spread the floor, but they're not even running anything for him. If that's the case, put Jericho Sims out there because Jericho Sims going to make something happen off of sheer athleticism. He's going to get up there. He's going to get rebounds. He's a better defender. He has a little problem with fouling, but you got to let him play so he can work through that. You feel me? Like it just don't make sense. And I was one of those people that screamed, play Deuce McBride. I still believe that Deuce is talented and he could probably help in some way, but he ain't really been giving us nothing. Like you only playing him 6 minutes a game. Like, what's the point? What's the point of only playing him 6 minutes a game? It doesn't make sense to me. That's not even a chance for the young man to even try to find a rhythm. So if you don't think he's good enough to play more than 6 minutes a game, you need to give that ninth rotation spot to somebody that can eat up more minutes. I already know. I'm not going to say Cam Reddish because clearly it is what it is with Cam Reddish, right? It is what it is. But what's the story with Derrick Rose? Because the bench can absolutely use a scoring punch. Dwayne was good. Yeah, the bench can absolutely use a scoring punch. So, like, what's the story with D Rose? Like because if you only giving Deuce 6 minutes, it's a waste of that quote unquote ninth rotation spot. In essence, Tibbs is really running an 8-man rotation, and he's just like kind of trying to fool us by giving Deuce 6 minutes. You feel me? He's trying to fool us by giving us Deuce 6 minutes to say that at least he's running a 9-man rotation, but really he's running 8 men. He's running 8 men. Before OT, Julius Randle was already closing in on 40 minutes. RJ Barrett already played over 40 minutes. Just closing at the end of OT. Jalen Brunson was closing in on 40 minutes. Quentin Grimes was at like 35, right? And this is on a night of a back-to-back, bro. That's wild to me. That's wild to me, bro. That's wild. That you like it is. I count 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 guys on our bench that don't play on a night-to-night basis. That officially that is NBA talent. That they can play. If they go to another team, they're going to find a rotation spot on another team. This is a fact, right? So for them to just be sitting there and we just running the same guys over and over again, it's crazy. I mean, bro, y'all be wishing for a lot. You feel me? Y'all be wishing for a lot. And I think, shout out to my guy Dwayne. That's my guy. You feel me? Yeah, Knicks fans be wishing for a lot, man. Like realistically, what do you think? Kyle Kuzma has been balling, bro. Like, so realistically, what do you think that you have to give up to get Kyle Kuzma on the Knicks? And don't tell me that you think it's going to be Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose, and some Cam Reddish and some draft picks. That ain't going to get it. That's not going to get it, bro. Because if we won't play them there, what makes you think that teams are salivating for guys that's not even in a rotation, that they're going to give up a starting player, that's producing well for guys that's not even in a rotation? That trade value is in the fucking shitter right now. And so in theory, Dwayne, it sounds nice. In theory, it sounds nice. Yeah, Kyle Kuzma sounds nice coming to the Knicks. Yeah, that sounds nice. But realistically, it happened. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And you don't hear no credible sources talking about these rumors. These same rumors that we talk about, you don't hear no credible sources talking about it. It's all from these nondescript sites and pages that that's the only. See, now that makes sense, right? That makes sense, right? This is one of the few times I'm going to agree with Stephen Kennedy. It's my guy, but we don't never agree on anything. But I think Obi might sweeten the pot just a little bit for a Kyle Kuzma situation to happen. And then we're going to still have to give up some like a lot of that draft capital. You feel me? We have to give up a lot of that draft capital. And I don't think Kyle Kuzma is going to make that much of a difference on the team that is going to make us a contender. And that's my thing, bro. I don't want to make a lateral move for a trade. Like that just don't make sense to me. Right? If I'm going to make a trade, I'm going to make a trade for somebody that I know that's going to make us a contender. And we need like a few pieces that's going to make that happen, right? Yeah, we're going to need more than just Kyle Kuzma to make that happen. I think we're going to need more than that to make it happen. bro. Miles Turner is not. How you going? You just signed. Oh man, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like theoretically, like y'all, it be sounding nice. Oh, he talking about sending them. Okay, my fault. Because I thought you were talking about getting Miles Turner here. I'm like, yo, y'all be wilding. But then what we get in return? I don't want Buddy Hill, bro. Like, I don't. I don't think Buddy Hill's that good. I don't think Buddy Hill's that good. Because then like so then realistically, right? Say for instance, because I think if you trade, if you were to trade Obi to the Pacers, the only thing worthwhile getting back is Buddy Hill in my eyes, right? Right? I don't think, but then you like who you play after Julius Randle. Buddy Hill's not a power forward. You still gonna have to find some minutes to sit Julius Randle. Like who plays if Obi like because are we gonna be stuck watching Hartenstein and Jericho Sims play center and power forward? That's what we traded Obi for a pair of Hartenstein and Sims as center power forward. I don't want to see that. I don't care if we got Buddy Hill. Don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. That's awful. It doesn't work. It's awful. It's awful. Like it. Then you talking about defenses be like, yo, we ain't got to worry about their bench front court scoring. We just got to stop Emmanuel quickly and Buddy Hill for the bench. That's it. That's what we got to worry about. I still don't think that makes us a contender. I I don't know, man. And Buddy Hill contract is whack. He's still got like 2 years left this year and next year left on his contract. I'm good. Y'all complain about Evan Fournier contract. Buddy Hill contract is similar. I think Buddy Hill makes more than Evan. Pretty much the same player. It's just Buddy Hill shoots better. They're pretty much the same player, bro. Like you're gonna trade Obi for Evan Fournier part 2. Who says the Knicks want Kuzma? You feel me? I haven't seen any credible source that backs that. You feel me? Haven't seen any credible source that said the Knicks want are interested in Kyle Kuzma. What I do see is the same sites and pages that be wrong 99% of the time. And every time there's a player that might be a team might be trading, they put the Knicks name in there. Every time. And Knicks fans fall for it hook, line, and sinker, bro. Every time. Every time there's a player that might be up for trade, the Knicks are interested. And how often do any of that come to fruition? This front office has been super tight-lipped on most of their moves, except for the fact that they wanted Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson, which to me, like everybody in the world knew that. You feel me? So other than that, their moves has been behind closed doors. Like none of these things been getting leaked. So why do we think that's happening now? Shout out to my guy Barry in the building, man. That's a fact. Hit that like button. Shout out to my guy Barry. But yeah, man, in summation, because I'm about to dip, uh, reset my mind so I could watch the Dallas Cowboys lose today. You feel me? That's going to make this loss a little bit better when the Dallas Cowboys lose today. Yeah, because I don't think it's true. That's why you haven't seen any aggression to make that happen. You feel me? I don't think it's true. But I could be wrong, just like everybody else could be wrong. about it happening. I could be wrong about it not happening. You feel me? I'm not in those closed doors with the front office, but I don't believe it's gonna happen. But yeah, yo, shout out to everybody in the building. Uh, thanks for pulling up. I ain't even get into the stat lines for the Knicks tonight. You know, I usually do that. I didn't even feel like it. I'll be perfectly honest. But all right, let's do it. Let's do it before I get up out of here. It was a rough loss, but our starting five to it again played well. You feel me? Our starting five played well yet again. All five is in double digits. You feel me? Quentin Grimes 10 points, 3 for 5. I think that's another thing too. I think we got to start finding more looks for Quentin Grimes. I think him taking only 5 shots a game and playing 40 minutes is a waste. I think it's a waste. I think he needs to be taking at least 8 attempts a game. At least 8 attempts a game. Word. And I could live with that, right? But anyway, decent game for him. 10 points, 3 for 5 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3-point range, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, steal, and a block. My man was filling up the stat sheet today. Mitchell Robinson had a decent game. I wish he was a little bit more aggressive on the defensive glass, but that's hard to do when you're trying to erase so many mistakes on the defensive end like he was today. And we went away from something that was working so well. Like teams, when we go to get in the paint, teams are leaving Mitchell Robinson alone to rotate over. Julius Randle was doing the right thing early in the game by getting Mitchell Robinson the ball. He was 5 for 8 from the field, and all those were dunks in the first half. Pretty much, they were all dunks in the first half. And then most of the time, if the help do come, the only thing they can do is foul Mitchell Robinson, right? So I would like to see him get more passes when when guys are driving to the paint. But yeah, anyway, 11 points, 8 rebounds, two assists. Yeah, assists and a block. You know what I mean? Julius Randle struggled. He struggled shooting this game. He was 7 for 20 from the field and 1 for 6 from 3-point line. I think he got fouled a lot tonight too, to be perfectly honest. And he took some really bad shots. He was definitely trying to force the issue a little bit on offense, but the other parts of his game was good. 15 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal. And that's the thing. Julius Randle's defense is definitely stepped up over these last few games. But at the same time, like, bro, like you got to find a way to get this man some rest. You got to find a way to give him some rest. I think he's starting to show a little wear in these last few games, especially on the offensive end. He's definitely showing a little bit of wear. He doesn't have that same energy on offense. But what he is doing is, and what I am loving to see is him being way more aggressive when he's going to the basket instead of just trying to lay up the ball, dunk it on somebody. Dunk it on somebody, right? So what I'm saying is this. He doesn't need to shoot to catch the ball 2 feet away from the basket. And that's what he was doing early in the game. He wouldn't be a liability if when guys were driving to the basket, they'll just pass him the ball like the way Quentin Grimes does. Because you know what that does? That makes teams more reluctant to help from the center position when you're driving to the basket if they know you're willing to pass the ball to the big man that's standing in the dunker's box that can jump and dunk the basketball. That's what I'm saying. Okay. But yeah, like I said, Julius Randle showing a little bit wear on the offensive end. Uh, you know, Jalen Brunson, second half kind of disappeared for a little bit. For a little bit, he kind of disappeared. He had a good first half. I think he was like 15 points in the first half. Only scored 11 points in the second in overtime. Uh, he kind of disappeared midway through the third, in most of the fourth. I don't know if that's tired legs or whatever the case may be, but he still had a decent game, 26 points, 11 for 29. Not really a great shooting day. And I think that has a lot to do with the length of the Toronto Raptors. Uh, 2 for 6 from 3-point range. Didn't have a good night from beyond the arc. 7 rebounds from a 6-foot point guard is really good. And only 2 assists, which is uncharacteristic. And that's what I go to saying that tonight was a lot of one-on-one basketball, a lot of over dribbling, even from Jalen Brunson. RJ Barrett looked like vintage RJ Barrett from last season. Had a rough start to the first half. Second half, he came out like gangbusters and started getting busy and getting buckets. He finished with 32 points, 10 to 23 from the field. Another rough. We shot horrible from behind the arc today. Like we were 9 for 31 from behind the arc, that's awful. But yeah, he had a big night from the foul line. 10 for 11 from the foul line, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. RJ Barrett had a solid game. And that dunk at the end of regulation was absolutely monster and big time. Should have been an and one. I promise you guys. I promise you. If tomorrow and I go and look at that NBA 2-minute report and they said that dunk should have been an and one, I'm going to lose it. Going to lose it. Going to lose it because it was painfully apparent that Scotty Barnes had his arm all on RJ Barrett's shoulder while he was getting posterized. It's annoying. Bro, the fact that y'all think that trading is a magic wand is weird to me. Because y'all think people are just giving away all-stars. That's just weird. Because they're not. They're not. Every all-star that you see being traded, there's a haul that goes for them. There's a lot of quality players that get traded with all-star for all-stars. That's the part that y'all missing. That's the part that y'all missing. It does not work like that. Nobody is going to take Evan Fournier, Cam Reddish, and Derrick Rose for an all-star. It's not going to happen. Even if you throw Obi in it, it's not going to happen for all-star. Those guys are not, they haven't shown that they're good enough that that's equal value for what you're trying to get in return. And that's the part that makes me laugh when I see all these trade machines and all these, social media GMs. Just because it says successful on a trade machine, that means that financially it works. That doesn't mean that realistically a GM is going to take that trade. Like that, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like that's why I be looking at y'all like y'all be bugging. Like, yeah, let's just trade for all-star. Like, yeah, let's go. Like, say for instance, even though I don't want him, right? I've seen so many trades for like Zach LaVine where it's Evan Fournier, Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose, and Obi Toppin, any mixture of those group of guys and draft picks. And I'm like, Why would you think? Why would you think the Chicago Bulls would want that trade? Why would you think any team would trade a high value player for just those things? Unless you're literally willing to give up all our draft capital. No, see, that's the thing, bro. Y'all be talking about wait 7. No, who said anything about waiting 7 years? We have enough financial flexibility coming up that if one of these so-called all-stars that you claim that you want are available, we can make a solid play for them. But y'all don't see that part because after this year, Derrick Rose money is off the books. The CBA goes up next year, right? We got one more, and we got one more year stuck with Evan Fournier's contract, which I think next year it will be even easier to move his contract because it's expiring. Or in the off season, it'll be easier to move his contract in the off season. So when the off season come, it'd be way easier to move Evan Fournier contract. So now you got Derrick Rose, what, 12 million off the books. Then you got Evan Fournier's, if we could trade him, 17 million off the books, right? And then that's enough capital for one of these potential all-stars that y'all talking about. You talking about like close to 30 million. You're talking about close to 30 million that you can use to sign a free agent versus trying to like wishing that a team would take your scraps to bring in an all-star. Like that's not realistic. Your emotion saying that you don't want to wait, but you're throwing out unrealistic scenarios to try to bring somebody in. So which one? I don't want to separate with Emmanuel quickly because that's what it's going to take to bring in whatever all-star you talking about. It's going to take Emmanuel quickly. It's going to take Quentin Grimes. I don't want to trade those guys. To bring in any all-star that you talking about, it's going to take Emmanuel quickly and Quentin Grimes. I don't want to trade those guys. Nope. Don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. That's what it's going to take to bring in the likes of a Kyle Kuzma, the likes of a Zach, even though I don't want neither one of those guys, Zach LaVine. You feel me? That's what it's going to take. It's going to take Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel quickly. Don't make sense. Just to us to stay in the same exact spot that we in now. And y'all going to complain about that after we trade for him too. So make it make sense. I agree. That's a coach thing. That's a coach thing. What makes you think that if we trade for somebody, the coach is going to play whoever we bring in if we make the trade? What makes you think that's going to happen? Coach Tommy T has literally ran with a 9-man roster, a 9-man rotation most of his coaching career. So what makes you think that whoever we trade is going to get PT? Again, you don't know what Kim is going to get if he's going to get traded or what he's going to get traded for. Again, you're drawing your information from nondescript people who have no connections to the organization, saying that, like, people literally write stuff about the Knicks just for the clicks, bro. Don't have to be real. They just know that if I write it, y'all gonna click on it, y'all gonna share it, and that's more of that. They gonna trade Cam Reddish for a second. Who says who? Says who? Who? Knicks Daily? They be inaccurate. Like, they've been inaccurate. They go and they get their information from the same false sources that all the other nondescript, non-affiliated pages and sites get their information from. Twitter. Twitter. Yeah, man. I'm just saying. What y'all asking for is not realistic, man. Not realistic. And also, y'all crying for these trades. Listen, I want to win these games like tonight too. But I also understand where we are as a franchise. And I'm appreciative of where we are as of right now, because we weren't even supposed to be this good. 10th in the NBA as far as record go. And all I hear is complaints. Trade. Like a trade is a magic wand. It's not, bro. It's not. Because what's going to happen if the Knicks make the trades that y'all want to trade, and whoever that they trade for don't pan out, y'all still going to be complaining and wanting to trade that person. Because that's just what y'all do. That's just what y'all do. In the summertime, nobody wanted to trade a Derrick Rose. Now he's in everybody's trade talks. Last year, everybody was screaming RJ Barrett was a future superstar, but now a future all-star, but now he's in wild trade packages. Like, y'all wild, bro. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all talking about go like this is the last thing, and then I'm leaving for real. Steven, you talking about go after a star, bro. But do you really understand? Like, do you really who? That's the first question. Who's the star that you talking about? So I can really explain it to you as simple as possible, that you understand that it's going to take way more than you think to bring a star here. Because one, our picks are heavily protected. Right? So unless a star is literally saying, I want out, unless a star player is literally publicly saying, yo, I want out of this team, that's the only way that's going to work to our advantage. The only way. Unless a star go, hey, I'm done, I want out. That's when all those heavily protected picks, that's when they become valuable. That's when all those heavily protected picks become valuable. And that's what they've been pretty much saying that they're waiting for. They staying aggressive for the next disgruntled star. That's the only time those heavily protected picks going to become valuable, where teams is like, all right, we're just going to get as much as we can for them right now. But to get a team to separate with a player that hasn't said that they don't want to leave, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot, bro. And you know, I'm content with just still building the way we building. I'm content with that. I'm content with being a 6 seed. I'm content with playing some good games in the playoffs. If we get out of the first round, that's a bonus. But it's part of the process, man. Bro, and go after Zach LaVine so he could be injured. Like, so he could be injured and not play, and then you could be complaining about him not playing. Like, how does that even make sense? Like, y'all be salivating over Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine ain't even helping his team play. He's playing against he's playing alongside another all-star, and they're bad. He's playing along another all-star, and that team still it sucks. But you want Zach LaVine. Our team right now is better than the team that he's on. Put work on them twice, and they home while he was on the court. That's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all don't be. It don't be making sense. It don't be making sense, bro. It don't be. It don't be making sense, bro. And then you make a trade for Zach LaVine, right? Look. Then you make a trade for Zach LaVine, and son is gonna be making $40 million next year, bro. His contract don't expire until 2027. Why would you do that to yourself? And at the end of his contract, he's making $48 million for a guy who has bad knees and is always injured. Why? Why would you put that financial burden on yourself like that for a contract that you're probably not going to be able to get rid of because he's injury prone? You talking about so he could take the load off? You have to be on the court to take the load off for somebody. Pause. And he's injured every year, bro. Every year he's missing time. He's already making $37 million this year. 37 of them things. 37 M's. Injury prone. Gonna make 40 the next year. Gonna make 43 the year after that. Gonna make 45 the year after that. Gonna make 27, 28, 48 the year after that. But you want that on the Knicks so he eats salary, not play. And then the things that you're going to have to trade for him. The things that you're going to have to trade to the Chicago Bulls to bring him here. It don't make sense, bro. Y'all need to exercise some patience. Y'all need to exercise some patience, man. Just a little bit. We are not contenders this year. We weren't going to be contenders this year. There is no trade that is available to the Knicks that's going to make us contenders this year. Be patient. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. Do with that as y'all will. I see y'all, Wednesday, right? We play Wednesday. The Knicks need a break, man. Like, we ain't getting no breaks in our playing schedule. It's ridiculous, bro. Yeah, we play again Wednesday. We play the Wizards. Hopefully we get back in the win column. We lost, but I'm also a little bit cool with the fact, like, if win 3, lose 1, I can live with that. As long as our win streaks are greater than our losing streaks, I could live with that. So let's go put the work in on the Wizards and get back in the win column and try to run off another 3. We play the Toronto Raptors again on Sunday. We're a better road team, so hopefully we wash them up in Toronto and get our revenge, like we did last time. You feel me? We went to Toronto and we beat them and got our revenge. So hopefully we could do the same thing again. But yeah, these next 2 games, I want W's, man. Washington Wizards and the Atlanta Hawks. I definitely think we could beat both of those teams, and we should beat both of those teams. And then Sunday, let's go into Toronto and get that W, man. Word, because we got a few tough games coming up after Sunday. After Sunday, we play the Cavaliers, the Boston Celtics, and the Nets. So we need to build some win capital and give ourselves a little buffer, if things don't go our way. Just being realistic. I think we could beat everybody, but at the same time, you got to be a little bit realistic. Darlene, case. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because that's my point, Darlene. Thank you. Thank you. If these players were that instrumental to winning, why would their respective teams want to trade them? Thank you, Darlene. You have a great rest of your evening. Let's go Tampa. I hope everybody enjoy watching the Dallas Cowboys lose today. I will. It's going to be a grand old time, and I'll be talking hella shit after Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does. I holla. Y'all be cool. See y'all Wednesday.